Morning. How you guys doing? I'm gonna mute everyone. Just to make sure no one hops on. Okay. How you guys doing? This is pre-New York market overview by your boy Frank. Let's get straight to it. The first thing we look at is Forex Factory as usual. Okay. Forex Factory. Today is Tuesday. We don't really have any news today, okay? There's just a few, there's a lot of yellow folders and there's a few orange folders, but like you guys know, orange folders don't do much. But this CAD one could actually move the market, right? And sometimes a yellow folder could move the market. You know, they always look for an excuse to move that market. So the yellow folder might also do that, all right? Well, all in all, there's nothing too crazy going on. So let's get straight to the chart. The first thing I see here is, GA. So 1 second, let me just look at this higher time frame. Okay, on the weekly, we can see we're currently bearish engulfing. Okay, on the weekly, we're currently bearish engulfing last week's candle. So this is a sign that the bears might, be here to drive the market lower. And if you look at this, we do have liquidity down here. So I'm going to pull up my box, my usual box, okay, right here for my checklist, okay. Always check the trend first, okay. GA is in a weird spot, okay. It's in a weird spot where, so I'm going to start from the monthly and see what's happening. On the monthly, we do have selling pressure, right? Like price spiked up to 1.89, okay? And now we're down almost 300 pips from there. So we're dropping lower, all right? When it comes to the trend, on the weekly, we'll go straight to the weekly. We'll start from the weekly, okay? On the weekly, we're basically, not doing much. We're just in this area, more or less consolidating, okay? I'm gonna go to the daily. On the daily, we're kind of like we're also in a weird spot around here, right? So let me bring this back down. We're in a weird spot in this area. Okay, price is just, it's very noisy, right? So we have to drop lower. Also, my box keeps disappearing, but it's just because I'm on the higher time frames. So I'm gonna bring it closer. I'm gonna bring it here. All right. I'm gonna bring it here. 4 hour, it's sitting right here. Okay. It's very noisy. But in the meantime, I have a setup for you guys on GA. That's why we're even looking at it. Okay. We can see here on the 4 hour, there's some kind of an uptrend up here. Okay. So we're gonna drop down to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour though, there's something I see here, right? Something I see here. So for an immediate trade idea, I'm going to play the RSI on this, okay? I'm going to play the RSI on this because that is a setup I see. All right, this is going to be an RSI play. GA is currently looking, based on institutional pressure, like, which the RSI is. The RSI basically shows you where big money is moving in what particular pair you're looking at, okay? In this situation, I can see big money is on their way to drop this lower. As you guys can see, we're all the way up here, but on the RSI, the low has already been taken out, okay? The low has already been taken out on the RSI. So based on institutional moves, the next thing I'm going to be looking at is this area. Okay, I'm looking for a sell re-entry around here to continue taking price lower. And my target would be this low. Okay, I know how I do, like, I'm always looking for risk to reward. There's something I see in this area, right? Even on the 4 hour, I know it even looks nice on the 4 hour. Yes, this area looks nice on the 4 hour. So all in all, My final target is actually going to be around here. But for now, I would say this low. Okay, so we'll go back to the 1 hour. This is the trade idea I'm looking for right here. I'll be updating you guys on most of these trades as we go along. But since it's GA, I don't want to go too crazy with the actual like risk to reward. So I want to say like 87. I prefer having whole numbers, but it's okay. For the sake of this trade, I'm just gonna make it 87. Stop loss is around 28 pips. So 87, or I could do the 50% to be honest. Let's see. And then make a market execution zone. So I'm gonna have the 50% because I don't like risking too much on these trades, so you can have a better risk to reward. So I'm gonna say like 95 would be that entry. Stop loss at 15, so about 20 pips stop loss. So I'm gonna adjust it here. Entry 95, stop loss 15. Okay. So at that point, this low that I was talking about is gonna be like close to 1 to 6. Okay. 120 pips for 20 pips. That's perfect. Okay. Close to 1 to 6. And final TP will be all the way down here, but like we already know, we discussed the TP levels already. So for this trade, my bad. For this trade, and okay, 1 second, guys. It's my phone is chill. All right. So for this trade idea, the way we do, right? This is going to be the market execution zone. Market execution zone is going to be in here. So it's a situation where you're going to set an alert, and if price gets there, your market execute, right? Market exec zone in there. Right there, just like this. Right, so this is what I would see for GA, a continuation to the downside. If we can get a pullback up there, that would be nice. If price keeps going and breaks this low, then this trade is invalid, like we always say, okay? Yeah, so I'm going to send this out to the chat. We already know that this trade might take some time to mature. So make sure you're watching it and you set, pending orders. So basically, this is what I see. I want price to do this. I want price to come back up from here and drop. That's what I'm trying to see. So all in all, it would be about a 1 to 7.5. So whatever you're risking, you have the potential of making 7.5 times that back. That's pretty good when it comes to risk to reward. I really like risk to rewards like this. So it's a good trade idea for me. All right, so that's GA. I'm gonna mark it blue. Yes, I'm gonna mark it blue. That's the trade I want to look at. EA also has that, similar crash to the downside. We can see the 4 hour, like this is just screaming sells, right? It's absolutely screaming sells to the downside. So, there's all these imbalances down here. And, the RSI has shown me what it's trying to do. All these lows destroyed on the RSI. All of them destroyed. The RSI has actually even taken out lows up to this level. So it's a strong sell pressure. We could expect some pullback, then price continues lower, right? Just like the other one. Let's go to the Canadian dollar pairs since we have, a little CAD news this morning. It's gonna go crazy or anything, but yeah, it's insane. We caught this. We caught this EURCAD sell, and price is still tanking. Price is still tanking. That was crazy. Like, this was last week that we caught this trade. Last week that we caught this entry around here. In this area, we got this entry right here, 128.30 in this zone. And our TP was 1.27. Our swing TP was 1.27, which is down here. As you can see, we just achieved that today. Okay. I didn't post this video last week though, but this was one that I and my team, in our private group chat we got into. And these were like targets. You can see this box below. This is a target for this is an area that I was actually looking for a buy from. Okay. I expected the sell from here all the way here. And why was that? Was evidence. I think we had news that day, or it was NFP or something. Okay. And we took out equal highs here, and we had a very, very strong divergence. So it's that same RSI divergence that I've been talking about sometimes. Okay, so at the top there, we had this RSI divergence, right? All the way up here, actually. So RSI was going down, but EURCAD was going up, right? So I knew it was only a matter of time before price started slamming to the downside, and that is why we've been having this sell pressure. Okay, that's why we've been having this really strong sell pressure. So at this point, I know initially I was looking for maybe a buy somewhere inside all of this. I think on the daily is like a whole candle or something. Is it on the weekly? No. Okay. I don't know what time frame I drew. Okay, I think I just basically drew, I was trying to capture the entire down move here, right? Personally, right now, I don't really think we'd have a reaction there. We might have a little reaction, right? A quick, in this box right here, if we find a break of structure and all of that, we can find a short-term buy maybe. But overall, especially with the sell pressure I'm seeing here, I think we're going to take this area out. I think we're going to take this area out. So at this point, I'll just be sitting on my hands in EURCAD. And if any of you, you see, this was NFP morning, right? This was on NFP morning last week. If any of you held, okay, if any of you are still holding this, definitely, take partials and all of that, move SL deep in profit. You can literally move SL like all the way down here. Okay, because price could just continue lower than this, or you could have a reaction here. So if something like this happens, price comes into you on like the 1 minute time frame on its. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about right now. So something like this. And that's on the smaller time frame, right? Not the higher time frame, the smaller time frame. So price is going down, 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 down. Now it comes into here, it goes up, it comes back. This is that break of structure, right? This is the entry you're looking for right here. This is that entry you're looking for, okay? Right here, okay? Downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. So high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Break of structure, retests, this will be your entry and you go high, okay? This is what you should be looking for in this zone. But right now, yeah, USD CAD is slamming to the downside. And it's crazy. Like I said, we took this trade on NFP on Friday, actually. On Friday, right? We took this trade on Friday, and ever since, it's been slamming to the downside. Okay. It's slamming to the downside heavy. That's USD CAD. And we can look at the Canadian dollar here, right? it makes sense. Like I always look at the Canadian dollar futures because it just tells you what the CAD is doing. Okay, it just tells you what the CAD is doing. So the Canadian dollar futures is also going higher. So USD CAD is going lower because the Canadian dollar is gaining strength against the US dollar. So but the funny thing right here with what I can see, it's been a downtrend, right? So a lot of this right now is a break of structure, right? That downtrend that was happening, the Canadian dollar is finally gaining some strength. So as you can see, the RSI has destroyed a lot of these highs. Okay. The RSI has even taken out up to this level up here. So price might, this might be setting up for a swing long position on CAD. We're getting to the end of the year, but like at the end of the day, we'll wait to see more evidence of what price wants to do, right? Because we could coming back up to the sniper here if the Canadian dollar wants to go crazy. But we can't ignore that it's been bearish for since October. So we still have these equal lows down here, actually. So this could even be a pullback to continue being bearish. So let's not stop looking at the bigger picture, right? There's a bigger picture right there. So make sure you're paying attention to it. Okay. I'm pretty sure GCAD is doing the same thing. Yes, GCAD is dropping heavy. GCAD is for sure dropping heavy. Right, following the Canadian dollar, it's dropping heavy. So I don't even see a re-entry on the sell here. So it's just it's just in a crazy thing. But I know for sure when price, starts some retracement, we're definitely gonna get a reaction right here. I'm definitely gonna get a reaction right here from this is the very last up move. Okay. We're gonna get some kind of reaction there. So it could be a smaller time frame, quick play. Or we could also even get a buy from this area here, just like how USD CAD is in an area that could set up for a buy. But then we can't ignore the RSI too. So at this point, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to monitor what this pair wants to do. Set alerts to see if price is going to respect some of these zones, right? So let's look at EURCAD. EURCAD is the same thing, been dropping. As you guys can see, this morning we've only given a setup on GA because that's the only pair I've really seen, like give us some kind of setup. Okay. CAD CHF, this was an L we took last week, right? Actually no. So it came into here and tanked all the way here. And I told the team to delete this limit. I actually remember telling the team to delete this limit after I found out EURCAD trade. Okay. We actually didn't take these trades because EURCAD looked like it was going to drop, and that meant Canadian dollar was going to be strong. So I remember actually taking this off. All right. So just like the other CAD pairs, CAD CHF and CAD JPY are obviously bullish as hell. Okay, so at this point here, the next area of target for me for CAD Chef or any of these pairs, like, because we do see we have like liquidity down here, right? So what I want to see is for price to continue higher. I want price to come all the way up to an area like this. Okay. I want price to come all the way up here. I think we're going to keep going higher. But also, do not forget, we do have a very, very strong zone here for CAD CHF. That price is approaching right now. So I don't really trade these zones, but it's good to pay attention to this area because also a re-entry for this buy that is happening is going to be all the way down here, right? So and that's like 150 pips away from where price is right now. So it could definitely have some kind of reaction here. And it lines up with where USD CAD is right now, right? For the reaction also. So this morning, CAD CHF could do something in here. This 4-hour candle closes in an hour, 3 minutes. So at 9 a.m. Eastern, we're definitely gonna have a would see this 4-hour candle close. And personally, if this 4-hour candle closes inside this zone, I'll be looking for a sell for CAD CHF. Okay, I'll be looking for a sell for CAD CHF right here. But that is something we'd have to wait to see more evidence of what is happening in the actual market. Okay, I will have to wait for more evidence. And we can pull out the fib, okay, and measure where price is. I'm gonna say that's about a 618 fib. Okay. Yes, price is currently at that 618. So it'll be interesting to see what I want to see. Personally, I want to see this candle push higher into this area and then close below the 618 fib. That is what I want to see, guys. I want it to push higher and close below. I want it to push into this box, a little higher into this box and close below. Or to be honest, if it closes below just from here, it has at least tested this week. So that is okay too. That is also okay. Right, so CAD CHF, I'm looking for some kind of retracement. Looking for some kind of retracement from CAD CHF. It's in no man's zone right now, but like that's what I'm looking for. The last thing I'm going to look at here is gold, okay, because we're basically out of time. Last thing I'm going to look at here is gold. So we caught beautiful trades like, a few weeks ago on gold from all these wicks here, because giving us selling pressure, right? But we're still at an area where gold is weird, right? If you look at the weekly, there's only one thing I see for gold. I see it continue lower, okay? I see gold continue lower, but right now we have a week where it hasn't done much so far. So the week before we had a bearish week. The week before that, huge bearish week. The week before that, bearish also, right? So at this point here, we kind of already retested this area to go lower. Long term, I see gold going below 1675. I see gold going for 1675. I'm going to delete these. I see gold going for 1675. How do we go get there? I'm not sure yet. Okay. We're gonna keep watching price action, waiting for more evidence of what price wants to do. But I personally want to catch, whenever it's ready to drop to those levels. Okay. That's personally what I'm waiting for, because that's what makes sense from the higher time frame perspective. This is the weekly. Okay. We can see price came up here to tag this last up candle over here on the weekly, and we've been dropping ever since. So I want this to come create a lower, just give us that downtrend and continue lower. And I know something that would definitely be a catalyst for that is the DXY going to, this zone here between 98 and 100, right? So I see the DXY coming, potentially maybe coming up here. Right. The DXY has been gaining some strength. It is definitely struggling in this zone here anyways. Okay. We had price coming here and tag recently. It is struggling in this zone. This last up move here is definitely struggling in here. But as we can see, even with the rejections, we still have a bullish week so far. So DXY has been a little relentless, and it's looking like it wants to continue higher. So I already know the DXY being strong is going to affect gold, it's going to affect, crypto, all that stuff. We already saw like, a flash crash on crypto last week. I don't think it's done. Okay. I know BTC is probably recovering a little, but I personally don't think it's done. Although BTC is very bullish, so it's very bullish. We came back to test this level here. We had a week all the way down to 43K. I think on some brokers I saw 41K actually. That's crazy that on here on Binance was just 43K. But there's some brokers like some Forex brokers and stuff that I saw it spike all the way to 41K. This was a huge liquidity grab, Bitcoin always does this to free up liquidity, from leverage traders. I think the news was about $2 billion was basically, wiped clean of leverage position, which is crazy. Leverage trading crypto is, really, really, it's actually insane. So, yeah, if we're looking at the divergence on this weekly, we can see that, I don't really look at these for, these pairs, but we can see a high was not created as this high was created. So this is obviously an institutional pump. This is 2021 has kind of been different when it comes to the cycle of BTC. So yeah, we had a spike down to these zones here. What I keep talking about, areas of reversal, last down area. Okay. And that's where price basically came into. So now it's looking, kind of bullish so far, but we're going to keep monitoring it, right? Same thing we saw here is the same thing that could happen in this zone. BTC could come into this zone and continue lower. So for me to confirm bullishness, I need to see it break back above this and break back above 60K. We're on December 7th, we have a few days to the end. We have about 24 days to the end of the year. So let's see what BTC is going to bring us. All right. Thank you guys for hopping on today. The only trade idea we basically had today was GA. Okay, I'll update you guys tomorrow to see what we have. The trade idea we had today was GA. I'm looking for a re-entry in this zone. And for y'all watching this, I'm going to put an alert here. Okay. My preferred price action to get this trade would be a fast candle coming up into here. When I mean fast candle, like, what is this? Where's price right now? 8650. We're trying to get in at 8695, right? I need to see a candle like, spike up here 40 pips long in like 5 minutes. Okay. A quick move like that to get us in, then we drop and we get a rejection. Okay. That is what I want to see. But with that being said, thank you guys for hopping on today. If you're on YouTube watching the recording, remember to these videos are getting dropped later. So I'll probably be dropping these videos approximately approximately 10 hours after the recording. So some of these moves might have already happened. So what I advise you to do is go check your trading view and see where price is at. If the trade is still valid, then definitely you can take it. If it's not valid, just learn from it, or back test, look at it, all that good stuff. And as usual, hit me up on IG or in comments, or on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And for information on how to get into my private group on Telegram. Okay. That being said, thank you guys for hopping on today. Catch y'all later.